This is Valley News Live at noon.
We begin with a story that's new for you at noon. The man accused of shooting inside a Bemidji apartment building has been arrested. Police took him into custody at around 2 this morning during a traffic stop. They say Robert Needham attempted to rob a man inside an apartment building on Ridgeway Avenue early yesterday morning. The man said he wouldn't give up any cash, so Needham shot at him and then jumped out of a second-story window. Needham is in custody at the Beltrami County Jail, awaiting charges of assault, robbery, and illegal possession of a firearm. Well, fire officials are investigating a 2-alarm vehicle fire that happened this morning in West Fargo. The fire department responded to an apartment complex at 32nd Avenue West and 9th Street West just after 9. A public works employee discovered the car on fire and used a fire extinguisher on it before crews arrived. Firefighters were able to keep the fire mostly contained to the vehicle with minimum damage to a nearby garage. The property manager said they saw someone in the car before the fire started, so the West Fargo Fire Department called in their arson dog to check out the scene. They say at this point, the fire is considered suspicious. A Fargo man has been charged with DUI after crashing a stolen car. It happened last night just before 10 on I-29 near the Main Avenue exit. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says a 25-year-old man was speeding down the northbound lanes when he suddenly veered off towards the exit. This caused him to lose control and slam into a concrete support beam. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt and was ejected from the car. The NDHP says he was taken to Sanford Hospital and is in stable condition. Authorities have not released the name of the driver yet, but they say he will be charged with DUI and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Well, it's a pretty chilly morning, but it's starting to warm back up. Let's go to First Alert forecaster Summer Snubbuck for a first look at our forecast. Summer, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you as well, Brian. The heat is on for today. Sun already shining bright across much of the valley. We have bright blue skies here in Fargo, looking at our Luther Family Ford Skycam network. But let's take a look at some of the temperatures already across the region. We're at 80 degrees here in Fargo, 83 at this hour in Grand Forks, with a bit more cloud cover across the northern valley. 76 in Thief River Falls, 79 in Bemidji and Fergus Falls, 83 at this hour in Devil's Lake. And you can see some of that cloud cover along with a few sprinkles right up across the extreme northern Red River Valley and into portions of northern Minnesota as well. That's as a little warm front is pushing on through up to the north, but later on we're going to have a cold front. Right now it's a little hidden behind the banner. That could bring some severe weather later, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Temperatures this afternoon are going to be soaring into the 90s. And then, Brian, we do have that chance for some thunderstorms. I'll time them out along with potential impacts expected coming up in just a minute.
I'll stay tuned with you because just in case we want to go on a walk, we can find the appropriate time to go.
Exactly, yes.
Thanks, Summer. Well, voters in Grand Forks shot down a proposal to build a new mega school on the north end of the city. A number of issues deterred voters in today's special election, from higher taxes to not wanting their neighborhood schools to close. Among other things, a yes vote would have turned the space adjacent to Valley Middle School into a 243,000 square foot school capable of housing 1,000 students in kindergarten through 8th grade. It would have consolidated Valley Middle School and 3 elementary schools, West, which is already closed, along with Wilder and Winship. The city of West Fargo is providing updates for the North Cheyenne Street Corridor project tonight. This is a project we first told you about earlier this month. The city will discuss project updates with completion to Phase 1 and continued work to Phase 2. The improvements will replace aging infrastructure, including water mains, sanitary sewer, and storm sewers throughout the corridor. This comes from the ending of its service life or being undersized. The city will also add streetscaping to strengthen the area's destination appeal and improve walkability, costing over $2 million. These improvements include new concrete, curb and gutter, and diagonal and parallel parking, to name a few. Now, the total cost of this project is over $10 million, being paid from their funding plan. Now, this is including construction costs, utility relocations, and consulting for starters, and is coming from capital improvement and economic development sales tax with revenues from water and sewer fees. The meeting will be tonight in the Commission Chambers at West Fargo City Hall at 5:15. A Fargo man is giving back in a big way. Norman Hayes was once homeless, and in his time of need, the New Life Center helped him get back on his feet. Now he's returning the favor. Hayes recently moved to the area. When he arrived, the unthinkable happened. A hotel he was staying in had been broken into and he lost everything. He ended up at the New Life Center after falling down on his luck. And as a thank you, he gave back by treating everyone at the center with dinner.
These people have been so helpful, you know, and enlightening. It made me do one or two things. It made me want to go back to college, so I'm going to go back for my bachelor's. And then on top of that, it made me want to stay here in Fargo.
Norman says he plans to start a barbecue business in the near future. He's also working with his employer to help others in the shelter get jobs. What was supposed to be an online hiring ad features Hornbacher's bagger, Miles Frost, ended up with nearly 600 Facebook comments and dozens of shares, all of them with rave reviews about Miles' friendly personality and famous fist bumps.
I feel like I'm kind of making a difference in somebody's day, and that really makes me feel good.
He is like that shining star when you walk in. You know, no matter what kind of day you're having, if it's the worst day ever, you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, you're in the worst mood, you run into Miles and he will just turn that around for you.
The store director says Miles gets between 7 to 10 positive customer survey mentions every week and said it's not uncommon to see a long line in whichever lane Miles is working that day. Well, coming up at noon, the Red Cross says the need for blood donations is critical. We'll tell you why it's so important to lend an arm as the country opens up. But next, summer is back with weather to plan our day.